awesome day yesterday because college football is officially back with week one games and a plethora of games compared to week zero. But super ecstatic about that. I'm sure everyone's much happier now that it's back, and NFL is soon to come on Thursday night with the opener Baltimore at Kansas City at Arrowhead. On a monetary standpoint and betting standpoint, amazing day yesterday for us, as you can see on the screen, for bets and teams and plays, but also for our player props. You can see on the site yesterday we hit $81. We hit another parlay for 80 and another one for 75. We won basically 23, little over 23 units on player props alone in one day. It's not always going to be like that, of course, but definitely a good start to start off college football season. We also went 4-1 on our picks. We did lose Clemson. No contest there. Lose Clemson. We won two different bets on the Miami Hurricanes, and then hit UNLV. And let's see, who did we hit? UNLV and drawing a blank, but we hit someone to finish the night 4-1. So in 4-1 recap for yesterday's college football games, and we also cashed these three player prop parlays. This is on Sleeper, and these two are on Prize Picks. Definitely a different way to making money in sports and in football, of course, since we're here. Of course, you can lose, but we've been on it. We've been on cue with these player props. If you're interested, referral code FalkNation. This is Sleeper app. You put $100, match up to 100, match free. Put 100 down, they'll give you 100. Use that code FAWKNATION if interested. Also, you can use, that was the Sleeper app, and then the next one is Prize Picks, also giving you a little promo there. I think it changes daily on their site, but they're offering you deposit money as soon as you place your first $5. They will give you $50 in free play. Some days it's a little bit more, but scan the QR code if it works on your screen, or copy and paste this link below right here. This is Sleeper app, and this is Prize Picks. There's a bunch of other ones, but what you see above here are the plays. We hit on this three-player parlay. We hit on a 4 here and a 4 there. So looking forward to be giving out some more plays here. We're going to start giving out some more player props on videos as well as we get into the thick of the season in college football or NFL. So off to a hot start, over probably 28 units in the college football season. Hopefully we can maintain that and keep building on it, no doubt about it. So right there, if you're looking to dabble in some player props, you can put as little as $5, I think you want, but if you put up to 100, my recommendation would be put 100. They're going to give you $100 back, and use the referral code FAWKNATION, FalkNation. Same thing, Prize Picks here. They give yourself a little promo if interested. Reminder here, even though we're talking more of player props today, NFL Futures package is on the site for $24.99. That gives you all the plays throughout the NFL season. It's been our most lucrative package thus far, the last 2 or 3 years. 2 years for sure since we started giving out picks. We won over 50 units last year. Some big tickets that we've discussed in our other episodes of the podcast, hitting Lamar Jackson for MVP last year, and some Tyreek Hill player props and a 5-unit max on the 49ers. But let's move on there. To show you the player props. Let's go. Let's see if we can cook up one player prop parlay for you. This is using Prize Picks, as you can see right there. So we got one game tonight, and it's a high-profile one. Some big-name schools, LSU and USC. Vegas odds are anticipating a high-scoring game. I think it's set currently, or it's currently right now 66. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a high-scoring game. We know how that works. But based off the pieces and the lack of defense, rather, thereof of these two teams, it does have potential of going high-scoring. But anything can happen. Going off of that info, one player we are going to use right here is Kyron Lacy. He is the de facto #1 wide receiver for LSU, no doubt about it. I did want to show you how I know that, or not how I know that, why I think that, rather. So in last year's game, their bowl game against Wisconsin, Whit Nussmeier, who's going to be the new starting quarterback this year, after their starting quarterback last year is gone, he did play in that bowl game. He did throw for 395 yards. And you can see with the receivers right here, Kyron Lacy was definitely one of his main receivers that he looked for. Did he also look for Brian Thomas Jr.? Absolutely he did. Thing is, with Brian Thomas Jr., he is now in the NFL. I believe the Jaguars, I could be mistaken. So he's out of the picture. Mason Taylor, the tight end, he is still there. But Kyron Lacy, no doubt about it, is going to be the de facto #1 receiver going into this game. Whether he delivers or not, we'll have to see. But he's going to be looked at heavy and often, especially Nussmeier. In his one full starting game last year in a bowl game, he looked to Kyron Lacy. So if we go back to price picks, you can see over 72.5 receiving yards for Lacy. We are going to take the over more. That'll be one play. I don't think we're going to go Nussmeier as a quarterback, but we're going to do a little cross sport here, or football, college football, NFL, make a little parlay out of here. You can see I already have some players here to the side. We're going to take this. Make sure if you go on price picks and you deposit money and you use the promo code as we talked about earlier, make sure price picks and sleeper apps and all these player prop apps, they always throw you a free square. Basically, this free square here is Caleb Williams to go over half a passing yard. Now, look, if he doesn't go over half passing yard, I'm pretty sure they're going to grade that as a loss. But it's basically a free square. They always have a little promo. I think yesterday they had a couple quarterbacks in college that they gave free squares as well, too. Actually, you can see over here, you can see on this first contest, you can see Beck from Georgia was basically a free square. He was over one passing yard. So take advantage of those. I think you're only allowed to put one of them at a time, and then there's a max amount of money. I think it's 25 usually that you can use the free square. So we're going to use Caleb Williams. We haven't used them yet. So we got Kyron Lacy. We got Caleb Williams. And we don't want to end right there. We wanted to see if we can get a couple more players. And you can see right there, we're going to go to Chris Godwin, who we did some research earlier. Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got Baker Mayfield, obviously, throwing him the rock. There's a reason why we're taking Chris Godwin. Hopefully, I think he is much healthier this year. He is their de facto slot receiver. And they're going to be going against a team that was putrid against the pass defense. I'm going to tell you their exact stats. In the NFL, the Washington Commanders, who the Bucs are going to play, Washington allowed the most receiving yards, passing yards in the NFL last year. So that definitely is a green light for me targeting Tampa Bay receivers. Baker Mayfield had a great year. Will he regress this year? Maybe. But he still got the job done. They're going against last year's worst past year in regards to passing yards per game. That's the Washington Commanders. And they got Mike Evans and Godwin and Rashad White. I do think Godwin healthier in the slot where the Commanders got beat a bit can be had. Funny enough, I almost did want to take, Mike Evans on this one. And then I saw that the difference in yard was really, 7 yards? 66.5 to 58. Something tells me maybe that Godwin's going to be the one that gets his yards. He's always good for a little 9-yard slot route. So if this game doesn't get out of hand, I like Godwin getting over his receiving yards total there. You know, Mike Evans always goes for the big bomb and does big long touchdown, which he does consistently over the last decade or so. But we're going to go with Godwin. Hopefully it's not a blowout game and he gets used a lot. Again, the reason being Godwin's going against last season's 32nd ranked team against passing yardage. So we like that. And then we're going to throw in one more. So we told you we played Kyron Lacy, Chris Godwin. We threw in Caleb Williams, the free square. We could end right there and do, let's say, a 3-teamer and put $10 to win 55, which is pretty good money still, 5 times your money. But I guess can say we're going to get a little greedy and throw in one more. Especially full transparency, I do have a little promo money here, so we'll take a little shot by adding one more. What was it? And I erased it just so we can see. It was Geno Smith, the famous man on Monday Night Football that said he didn't write back to the doubters when they wrote him off. But resurrection last year for him with Seattle and his plethora of wide receiver options, DK and Tyler Lockett and Jackson Najee, butcher it. But we like Geno Smith against Denver. Let's go look at Denver. Denver allowed the 23rd most yards last year in the NFL. But this was the part I'm looking at right here. Touchdown-wise, let's see here. I think Denver, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Denver allowed the 5th most passing touchdowns allowed in the NFL. Seattle likes the pass, and they can run the ball, no doubt about it. But I do like Geno and crew in Seattle to get over this 1.5 passing touchdown total against Denver, allowing the 5th most. They lost Justin Simmons, I think it was, a key player right there, linebacker, and this team did not really improve defensively. And I think 1.5 touchdowns is attainable. The only issue is they get maybe to the goal line and they'll feed their running backs, and he ends up taking all the touchdowns. But again, we're going to leave it right there. We're going to go Kyron Lacy, as we said, over 72.5. You click more. You take Chris Godwin over 15.5 recent yards. I clicked more. Caleb Williams, a free square. All you have on is one option. That's more. And Geno Smith over 1.5 passing touchdowns. So more. And we go down here. We're going to leave it at probably $10. You could do whatever you want. Minimum is $5. But we'll live a little here and put 10. 10x your money here on this one. Be a nice little payout if we can get there on next Sunday. So you're gonna have to sit on this one, so you know, because college football's tonight with Lacey, but then the other plays will be next Sunday. But I have no problem sitting on this and waiting and anticipating if we can get through leg 1 tonight. Feel good about this parlay, player prop parlay. We've done pretty well, as we told you, to start in week 0 and week 1 of college football. Player prop up over 29 units in the college football season. Looking forward to giving out the plays here with you. Yeah, reminder, if interested, go to a Sleeper app right here. Put in your referral code, FOCNation. If you put $100, you're going to get $100. If you put $50, you're going to get $50. So I'd recommend putting $100 if you have it at disposal. Get the most bang for your buck. And then Prize Picks, stand the QR code on the video, same idea. I think they give $50 versus $100. But the promos for them change daily, so you have to check. But do use that promo code as well. Perfect. Have fun watching the games tonight. Should be a fun one. Maybe potentially high scoring. We just hope at least Lacey gets over his yardage total. And please leave a 5-star review. Our podcast on Apple Pods and Spotify and YouTube videos, and comment anything about sports, and we can talk about it. We do appreciate your interest and our listeners, and have a good day.